Hey guys, Rob with Brightside Rowing here, and today I am fixing this Kanghua carbon fiber rigger, and I just wanted to show you guys what was going on here, a little bit about the shop and the paint booth that I have here. So this rigger, it was actually split down by the oarlock, and so here, I'll bring you in a little bit, see what we got going on. So what we did was, we glued it back together. It was split down the seam along the side here. So we glued it back together, and then we laminated a new piece of carbon fiber around the entire arm. So this is the back side where the seam is. And now we're getting ready to clear coat it. So I've got a video, a raw footage video on YouTube as well, of preparing the patch, preparing the patch for the clear coat. And we're almost ready here. There's just one more thing that I got to do, because I want to show you a little tip here, because we're not painting the entire thing. We're just painting right here, and we're going to be blending it in this area. So I want to show just a little tip on how to make a nice blend. But I also wanted to show you the paint booth. So here's the paint booth. It's actually a soft walled paint booth, not a rigid wall. And exhaust wall, beautiful colors from painting Bucknell oars. But we've got air in here, we've got nice final filter, and the paint guns. So this one has the clear coat in it, ready to go. And then this one has a little bit of blending solvent in it, and that's gonna melt the edge of the new clear into the existing clear. But for the paint booth, it actually expands and collapses, which is pretty interesting. So this thing, it goes all the way out to 61 feet long when it is fully expanded. And it takes me about 30 seconds to go from completely collapsed to completely expanded by myself. It's pretty easy to just pull it open. Closing it a little bit harder. You gotta lift these metal bars up with two people. It takes about 2 minutes to fully collapse it. But it goes all the way down to 12 feet. So I get my shop space opened up real nice. I can do a lot of work. And this was built by Duro Air. Very nice setup, I think. So I can actually have my booth open to the size that I need. So if you know anything about rowing, you know, the boats are all different lengths. So a single, maybe 26, 27 feet. A double goes out to about 32. Fours and quads can get up to like 45, and the eights, the largest eights, get up to about 58 feet. So I can accommodate anything in this setup. And then it's able to work at any length, so I don't have to have it all the way open all the time. I can just open it to what I need it to be. And then, nice thing here also, it's got a steel frame, so I've hung up a liner to protect the outer cover, and that way I won't have to replace that outer cover as often. They say it should last about 5 years, but I'm hoping to double that with my little protective liner, which was only about 200 bucks. But yeah, I can just hold it up with magnets, and then I got some nice stronger magnets to hold things up like this rigger. Yeah, so we're gonna get this painted right now. Hoping to do this all in one take, so let's go. Back on the tripod. Bring it in a little. So, I wanted to show one last thing here, actually. So I prepared this area from about an inch past the carbon all the way down to here with 1500 grit wet sandpaper. And I put this hard line of tape pretty much right where the glossy area starts. So I want to show a little bit of glossy area, and this will give me some space to blend into. And I'll show you what I'm doing now. Got my masking paper here. Don't need much. So I'm going to take this paper, fold it back. This is called back masking. And then we go in about an inch or so from that hard line we made. And now, we come in close here, you'll see that it is creating, if it would focus, it's creating a nice soft edge. So there isn't a hard tape line right there. And then I'll show you how to blend it in after the second coat. But right now I'm gonna turn the booth up a little more and get the first coat on.
Tack rag.
Nice thing about the booth is it actually clears the fumes away very quickly. So this is not going to be perfectly smooth. If I wanted it to be perfectly smooth, I could sand it flat again after this, but this is a very quick repair. This customer needs this back for this weekend, and they're on a budget. So we'll give this about 10 minutes flash time, and then the next coat will go on. And I like this, I like painting in a paint booth because I've been doing this work and painting without a paint booth for almost 8 years now, and it's much easier to keep the guns clean when there's no cloud of overspray going on. And not to mention it's much safer. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. All right, we're back. So it's been about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna do the second coat with the clear, and then I'll hit it with the blending solvent, show you how to do that. I'll bring the camera in real close for that to work. All right, let's do it. right, so for the blending solvent, I turn my, let's see here, and there we go. I turn my fluid needle all the way in, so if I pull the trigger, well, nothing should come out. So I'll pull it back just half a turn. So barely anything is coming out. Almost nothing. And then bring in closer here. To do the blend, we take this piece of paper off. And now should be able to see this melt the new clear into the old clear. See how it goes. Alright, so oops. Let me just hit the button. Alright, we're back. So now the transition is barely there. And all we're gonna have to do once this is dry is just buff this and polish it real quick, and you won't even know there's a transition there. And then we've got our carbon repair. There's one more thing I'm gonna do after we buff that in. On these riggers, if you look up here, they have about a 3/4 inch section of black next to the block for the oar lock. So I like little details like that. I'm going to paint that side up at the top exactly like how that other side is painted, so it'll match. And obviously it's not a perfect match. Carbon's a little bit different color. But yeah, this was a quick repair that now the customer is going to be able to use the boat. And this was from a quad. So you think about this, like, it takes months to get one of these new from China. And I was able to fix this in 2 days for this team, and they're going to be able to race this weekend, which is pretty cool. So if you ever need any help with your rowing equipment, I'm willing and able to help, even if you can't get it to my shop. I'm in New Jersey. I'm actually, if you look at Mercer Lake, Boathouse Rowing, Cooper River, our shop's about right in the middle of all three, about half an hour from all three. So we'll be at regattas at all three frequently. I'm actually trying to become a referee because I love this sport and I want to help it out as much as I can. So if you need help, I'll try and help you online from a distance, tips and tricks. I'm also selling some things on my website, brightsiderowing.com, like Resolute fins. Resolute went out of business. I'm manufacturing new fins for those. I've got them out to a few teams already. They say they're working well. Indiana actually just won a medal in a 4 with 1. They fit in the 4s and the 8s. And I also sell touch-up paint kits because I know all the paint codes. So if you've got like chips and scratches on your boats, yeah, brightsidrowing.com, I can sell you a touch-up kit. It comes with everything you need to touch your boat up. And the color, I'll say, is gonna be very close because sometimes color can be a little funny. So, yeah, if you enjoyed the videos, please leave a like, comment down below what you think. And if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My name is Rob. You can email me at rob@brightsidrowing.com. And have a good one.